Good afternoon, Doak cooks. We're going to do something a little extra special today because it occurs to me I haven't really talked or walked through any of this at all. So why don't we take one of my favorite activities and dive pretty deep. We are going to carve a chicken. Not everyone knows how to carve a chicken. That's why we're going to walk all the steps through. This is a rotisserie chicken we just picked up from Costco. We are going to be having some pulled chicken sliders tonight for dinner. So I'm going to need to debone this chicken. But in doing so, I can use this as a learning opportunity and show everyone how to prepare and cut a whole chicken into pieces. This works whether the chicken is raw or cooked in this case. So either way, it's the exact same steps. So let's get into it. All right, first things first, we're going to take our very large fork and we are going to take the chicken out of its container and put it onto our cutting board. So this top area here has our breasts. And since I am stripping this apart, I'm literally stripping the bird apart for parts, just the meat. Normally I wouldn't be so rude by stabbing the breast this way, but since I'm going to be basically I'm not doing this for presentation, I'm just doing this for processing the meat because of what I'm going to use it for later tonight. So now that we have our bird. Now, I have my hands washed. I'm not wearing any of my gloves. I could, but I'm not going to for this video. So we all know this is uncomfortable for me. I don't like my hands being sticky, but when it comes to chicken, I'm pretty okay about it. All right, first things first, we're going to cut this bird in half, okay? So you can either grab the bird with your hand or you can use your fork. In this case, I am going to do a bit of both. I'm going to scoot my chicken over by stabbing in the breast, and right smack in the middle with my serrated blade, I am going to carve and use pressure because I'm cutting all the way through the bones. Ta-da. Okay, now cut in half. I'm removing my fork. My chicken legs are sort of tied together right here with a rubber band that I'm going to separate like that. So now my chicken legs are removed. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get this bird completely in half. And to do so, I am going to have to go through the spine. And again, I'm cutting through, ta-da, there. Now our chicken is cut in half. And as you can see, that rubber band that I cut off of the legs is right here. We're gonna toss that aside. And now we're going to quarter our chickens. All we're going to do is we are going to separate out the breast from the thigh on both sides. Right. And as I flip this over now, ta-da! Okay, so now we have carved our chicken into our respective quarters. So what we do now is we take our chicken leg and we separate it from our thigh. One more time. You were looking for the joint. And like I said, normally I'm a lot cleaner in my cuts because of the presentation aspect of where I'm presenting this on a tray. I think all of you have seen, or many of you have seen, how I stage my photographs outside of the videos because they tend to look a little bit nicer. Because when I'm actually inside here, this can get a little messy. Now what I'm doing is I'm removing the wings from the breast. There's my wing. And there's my breast. Now you'll notice a bit of a bump right here. So this is left over from the spine. Let's get those bones out of the way. So this right here is in fact the chicken neck, which is delicious. There's actually some wonderful meat right in here, and the skin is absolutely wonderful. So most of this is not edible. I'll use this, I'll toss this in when I'm doing making stock after the fact with my skin. All right, what do I have left? I want to move this guy out of the way. Yes, I've got one more wing on this side. So as I separate this out, and my dog off camera is freaking out because the smell of chicken in this kitchen is incredible. All right, and I just yanked off there. All right, so after it's all said and done, this is what a prepared and processed whole chicken looks like after you cut it down into its parts. We have breast, leg, thigh, neck, wing. Same over here too, so times 2. So that is how to carve a bird. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna be making this up for some pulled chicken sliders for tonight. But I wanted to show everyone how to carve a chicken. This is how to carve a chicken in your home. Any questions, drop them in the comments. Otherwise, happy eating, everybody.